Welcome back. I just wanted to touch base again on the radius inlet guides. So we have many different programs for them. We make custom radius inlet guides. It's a very fundamental piece when you're doing flow testing. Most of them, like small block Chevrolet, will go in perpendicular to the intake side. They're slotted. That's pretty straightforward. What I wanted to demonstrate here was like your big block Chevrolet or your Vortec, where the bolt holes go in at an angle. Like this Vortec bow tie has both sets of bolt holes. What we have are these straps, and the strap will straddle the slot in the flow guide, and it'll be at different angles. We have some straps that are straight, and some that have a small angle. Some have a bigger angle, like for the small block Fords. Okay? So you only need a couple of these. When you buy flow guides, you don't need to buy the flow guide with all kinds of straps. You only need a couple of Ford straps to do Fords, a couple of big block Chevys, and maybe just a couple straight ones, and they'll cover everything. The other thing is the flow testing springs. These are some low tension springs. We use them in all of our flow testing. They're part number 1602. Pretty handy to have. Sometimes we actually shorten the springs. We use flow testing some type of an import application that's only about 300, 350 lift. You can't have this big spring, but you can cut these and shorten them, and it gives you enough pressure to keep the valve closed for the most part when you're checking leak. If you're checking leak on something like a big block Chevrolet with a lot of surface area on the intake valve, you got to pull the valve up a little bit, like I showed in that one particular video. The other thing that we do have, and we touched on, are the rubber head gaskets. Now, there's really no difference between running a rubber head gasket between the slider and the cylinder head versus just a regular head gasket. The reason I like the rubber head gasket is because, like on this particular head, you only have 4 bolts in. If you're running a rubber one, you're going to flow test the whole head. That's all you need. It's about 4 bolts. And the sliders have 5/16, 18 heated coils in them. If you're running a regular head gasket, you want to put more bolts in. But we've got this for small block Chevrolet, big block Chevrolet, small block Ford, and then we have one larger gasket that goes between the flow stand and the flow bench to keep you out of any vacuum leak situations. Now that's all we have as far as custom ones. The first one of these we make up because the die runs about $400. So we don't have them for Mopars and Mitsubishis and things like that, Iowa, whatever. But we do have just some rubber material, and this is pretty easy to cut. You can make your own if you want to go that route, but you don't necessarily have to. If you have a head gasket, you can certainly use that. So until next time, leave any questions or comments below, and we'll see you in the next segment.